To understand why the geography of Britain is carved up the way it is, we must go back nearly 3,000 years, long before the first Roman soldier ever set foot on the island. Mainstream history tells us that Britain was populated by unorganized, drifting tribes until foreign empires brought order. But the ancient chronicles decoded by Alan Wilson and Barham Blackett detail a highly sophisticated, unified nation founded by a legendary Trojan prince named Brutus. Following the cataclysmic fall of Troy in the Mediterranean, Brutus led a massive fleet of displaced, royal Western Asian refugees across the seas, eventually landing at Totnes in Devon around 1100 BC. Brutus did not merely settle the land, he mapped it geometrically, established its first legal codes, and founded its supreme capital city, Troia Nova or New Troy, the site we know today as London. Before his death, Brutus divided the entire island among his 3 royal sons, establishing 3 distinct, sovereign tribes that would form the foundational matrix of British history. To his eldest son, Locrinus, he gave the fertile, vast southern and eastern plains, which became known as Logi, populated by the Logrians. To his son Albinactus, he gave the rugged, wild northern territories, which became known as Alban or Albin, populated by the Albinians. And to his son Cambur, he granted the majestic, naturally fortified western mountains, which became known as Cambria or Cymru, populated by the Cymri. These 3 kingdoms were never meant to be enemies, they were designed as a unified, sacred trinity operating under a single high sovereign law. For centuries, the Logrians, the Albinians, and the Cymri intermarried, shared trade networks, and pooled their military forces whenever foreign invaders threatened their shores. The modern academic establishment has spent millions of pounds trying to dismiss Brutus as a medieval fairy tale, wiping his name from the textbooks. They must hide him because acknowledging Brutus means admitting that Britain possessed an advanced, highly unified, literate Trojan civilization thousands of years before the Roman or Norman empires were ever conceived. They want you to believe your ancestors were primitive so you will never question the legitimacy of the corporate laws that govern you today.